Today's Ielts speaking task is all about travel. Do you like traveling?
Yes, definitely. I love visiting places in the world, anywhere from famous historical monuments to tropical islands. Variety is the spice of life. It's what travel is all about, discovering new cultures and exploring new places.
What is your favorite type of holiday?
I like most of all walking up mountains, getting away from it all. Nothing relaxes me as much as looking down from a beautiful high place and being a bit out of breath. I feel uncomfortable in crowded tourist attractions and I prefer to be far from the madding crowd.
What do you do on holidays?
I really like visiting different places of interest in different climates. For instance, on my last vacation I went from sweltering temperatures in Mexico down to the temperate climate of southern Argentina. It was awesome. Of course, sometimes I go to local places, but they lack the excitement of the unknown.
Are there many tourists visiting your country?
Absolutely. I live in Spain and we have many different tourist attractions in many cities, especially Madrid and Barcelona. For example, my country has Arab and Italian influences. That's why we have a lot of ancient cathedrals and Arab architecture that are interesting for both tourists and local citizens.
Now, have a look at the card and prepare a monologue. Describe a tourist attraction you once visited. You should say, when you visited it, where is it situated, who you went with, and say what about it you liked the most.
A couple of years ago I went on a holiday to Rome with a friend. It is a very popular tourist destination, since it has various places of interest, such as ancient museums and monuments. It has been very important at different times in history. That's why there are always hordes of tourists. So we decided to go out of season in the spring. As expected, the weather was great, and fortunately we did not waste any time at the hotel. It was a memorable holiday. We enjoyed breathtaking views from a helicopter ride and dined in wonderful family-run trattorias. I would certainly recommend visiting Rome. It is a picturesque city steeped in history.
Why do you think tourism is so developed now?
Well, I think the main reason is because it is a lot easier and cheaper to travel nowadays. Charter flights and now cheap airlines like Ryanair have made travel possible for everybody. There are youth hostels all around the world, and with Airbnb and booking sites like eDreams, so you don't need to spend much money on traveling. With the internet, you can book a trip in no time, and with reviews you can be sure of what to expect.
How do people choose their destination?
There are a lot of ways. There are so many blogs you can read, for instance, 10 best Mediterranean beaches, or the 10 best yacht charter. The choice is endless. Or you can visit different travel agencies online for more advice.
What kind of transport do you prefer on holidays? Why?
It all depends. If I could, I would go everywhere by boat, but I haven't got the time, so I usually reach my holiday destination by plane because it is the fastest and the least dangerous way to travel. However, flying can be a bit uncomfortable to say the least. In some countries it is nice to travel by train from time to time. I hire a car sometimes, but I would never think of driving a long way.
Do you prefer traveling alone or in tour groups? Why?
I definitely prefer traveling alone because I like to plan the trip by myself. A guided tour is good because you can fit such a lot in a short period of time. So if you are in Spain and, say, you want to spend an extra hour at the palace in Granada, you simply cannot do that with a group tour. Independent travel is good because That way I get to see and do exactly what I want, and spend as much time as I want at various stops. However, I have not the experience of tour operators who pack the maximum into a short time.